everyone, JSD Cool here, and welcome to another episode of Coolcraft Season 7. Oh, I almost looked at these Endermen. They have not yet gone away since I built this. And, yeah, I decided to do something a little bit different with the start of this episode, where I built a building in the intro instead of just standing there. We'll see how that works. Anyhow, in the last episode, I put up this storage system here, which, I already feel like it's getting a bit small, but we'll expand downwards if necessary. As well, in the last episode, we did the annual Super Bowl prank. God dang, that was a long time ago. Yeah, I kind of took some time off in February to do a video on my second channel. Okay, so my computer just crashed and I may have lost a bit of footage there. But thankfully, I hadn't yet come over to the altar here and done the episodely sacrifice. Oop, there's a bit of a spoiler in there for what's coming up next. So anyhow, let's drop in the sacrifice, hit the button, then we'll get on to what this episode will contain. Okay then. Oh. Well, that's different, and it's yellow. Anyhow, we're just gonna ignore that for now, because in this episode I'm going to start working towards the major project at the beginning of the season that I've been trying to get to for probably way too long now. But in order to do that, and before that, we're going to acquire ourselves another star, because I went to another fortress and grinded all this out, and I think it's been long enough. We need a beacon. Now, to accomplish this, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. We're just doing the standard get it stuck in the end portal trick. But there is one thing we do have to be considerate about this season when we're doing this. And that is that the way the end portal works is that it will regenerate every time. It fully regenerates every time the dragon gets respawned. But it'll spawn on the lowest block it can. Or the high, actually no. Not the lowest. The highest block at 0, that is non-bedrock. So if we don't replace this block here with endstone or really anything after we kill the wither, the next time the dragon gets spawned, it will permanently move the portal downwards unless we break some bedrock. And that is not an enjoyable thing because that'll break everything. So we gotta just be considerate about that. But besides that, we should just be good to do a good old little wither fight here. Alright, that didn't take very long as expected, and we're gonna do what I stated and clean all that up. Alright, I'm also just gonna close this little area off in case anyone else comes here looking around for stuff. Anyhow, I'm gonna quickly go check out spawn, and then it's beacon time. Alright, here we are. A beacon. Of course, what I'm about to do here is extremely temporary, but it's entirely so I can get this one achievement, and then we'll tear this down and move on to the next project in this episode. And there we go. There's our achievements that'll almost certainly reset themselves at some point, where we can get whatever. I don't know why I actually decided to do that. You don't get an achievement for putting on effects, but like, cool. Now I take this down, and we'll move on to this episode's project. Project which I am about to be embarking on is I will call it the temporary solution to acquire redstone. Basically, I'm going to build a witch farm, but instead of doing the full perimeter, because that takes way too much effort for what I can do right now, I'm going to build a temporary farm in its place that involves me manually killing it. Here's the witch hut. Which of course will require me to light up a bunch of area around it, but you know, that's that. Oh, there's a witch over here. Now the reason why this is potentially viable is because in the recent version of Minecraft, I think it was 1.21, right there, they upped the amount of redstone that a witch can drop. So I'm gonna overhaul this, so I'm gonna build a farm here that uses looting. Alright, the farm has been built. As you can see, I actually got a witch here already. But yeah, the farm's down there. I think I vaguely remember doing something like this all the way back in season 1. Oh, there's garbage in here. Okay. I honestly did not expect that to be full of garbage. But yeah, now as you can see, it's just the farm that's been constructed now. There is, well, it's just a farm. There's no storage system or really roof to protect me from phantoms, so I'm gonna get doing both of those things right now. Ooh, another witch. Storage has been installed. I even put in a shulker box loader for the redstone itself. As you can see, stuff is slowly trickling in from all the witches that I killed while I was building the storage system. Now that is basically the farm complete. I have, while looking at the operation of the actual farm down there with my spectator account, realized that I probably need to fix some issues with it, and I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that. But for now, while it's partially functional, I need to put in that beacon that we got earlier in the episode, so I can actually AFK here for longer periods of time without dying of starvation. Okay, I've just got back from AFKing overnight, and there are a surprising number of slimes that were able to spawn on the ground there. I'm pretty sure I've lit everything up. Like, no other mobs are spawning here, but for some reason there's a bunch of slime spawning. That's also a little bit curious. But anyhow, besides that, let's go check out the drops. So that's a lot of shulkers of redstone, and that's a lot less gunpowder, sugar, glowstone. So yeah, this isn't really necessarily a good farm design if we want everything in significant quantities, because it is actually kind of slow otherwise. This is really relying on that buff that they gave to redstone drops, which it clearly has worked. Oh, sticks we got a decent amount of. Spider eyes, whatever. Oh, have we filled up on potions? Oh yeah, we have. We have a lot of potions. And also a lot of slime on the ground, and I don't know what's going on with that. Now that one of the primary resource concerns for next episode has been addressed, I think it's finally time I build something around my storage system here. And by finally time, I mean we built the storage system in the last episode, I think. It's been a while since the last episode. But before, of course, I build that, I need to actually get resources for that. So I've already made a design. I just need to do the resource collection. And it seems like just yesterday I was doing resource collection for this thing. It wasn't yesterday, but it was still just a couple days ago. Alright, here are the quantities of the two major resources I need, that being endstone bricks and purpur, and it is quite a bit, and I do have to now go collect all these resources. Purpur takes a particularly long time, as that has to smelt, but collection of that is relatively simple, as I could farm the stuff I grow here on this island, although that's kind of a pain to get all the flowered chorus fruit, or whatever the heck that stuff is called, prepared for the next planting. I'm going to build a proper farm for that at some point. Endstone I'm just mining out of this island for now, as it's far enough away that the endstone mines can be sufficient there. But yeah, I just find the nearest island, or find an island that I haven't decimated all the chorus fruit from yet, like right over there. See, I've already gone off this island, and I just start breaking the stuff, because there's technically an infinite quantity of it. The chorus fruit has been acquired and is slowly smelting down into purpur now. Alright, I have finished collecting all the resources necessary for this build, so let's hop into a time lapse. Okay, construction is finished, and appears that I have not done a good job at making sure the interior of the building is entirely lit up here. Yeah, we do not want Endermen to be spawning anywhere within the base area. Anyhow, besides that, yes, the building has been completed here, and this actually fits in quite well. Definitely happy with how this design has come out. In comparison with all the others, it's about similar. Now, I have included an entrance on this side of the building and directly opposite that on the other side of the building. I'm trying to get the grass to spread here. Mind you, this is where my overflow chests are right now. Or my miscellaneous chests. I'm planning on not having these here in the future because I'm just going to like build a second level beneath this because, yeah, let's be real. I'm already up to like here in terms of allocated slots, and there's definitely going to need to be a lot more, so I'm going to need to build a second level at some point. So yeah, when that happens, these are going to go down to the floor beneath that. Now, at the beginning of this episode, when I built this building here, I had to... oh. Well, clearly I still have to do something here. How have I not noticed that that's... Anyhow, regardless, I removed the chest crafting device that I had built up right here. So, because I'm going to need a lot of chests in the next episode, I'm going to get rebuilding that over here, and it's going to be temporary again. Alright, I have reconstructed the old chest crafter here, and now it's back better than ever, slightly more compact, and it has an on-off switch. Massive improvement over the previous model. Yeah, I've loaded it up, well, mostly loaded up with a bunch of bamboo here. I think yeah, this is the last one I loaded, so that'll be done shortly. Then we can turn it on and craft one full double chest of chests. And we'll have to do that over and over again, because the project that I have in mind has a lot of chests involved in it. The final thing that I'm going to attempt to do in this episode is try to revive the sewer system that I built at the end of Season 1. It really wasn't anything, and it didn't really work. Basically, the gist was that I'd have, like, holes, like... In Season 1, it was like little storm drains on the side of the street that I could just throw items into and then they'd end up in my storage system. Here I want these kind of trash can-like things to be littered around the paths, and I'll just be able to like drop some items in and then they'll make their way into the storage system. Now, this is the trash can design I've proof of concept here, and you know, it works. Toss items in, they fall down into whatever the sewer system is going to be below, and... yeah, it's that, but of course, I actually have to go underneath the city now, or, it's not really a city, underneath these 4 buildings now, and actually start building out this little network of sewer tunnels. The base of the sewer here has been constructed. Now, obviously, there's going to be item transporting sewers, so they're going to have water streams going through them. Now, I technically don't have to light up the inside of these, because there's water and pressure plates everywhere, but I did just because why not. Yes, currently I have only 2 trash cans because, well, it's not that, my base isn't that big right now, but as we expand, more will be added, whether it's going that way, or any other way, really. But yeah, this is the inside of the tubes. I mean, you know, quite bland, all stone brick, but, you know, you're not really supposed to see this, now are you? The more interesting part is coming in here, where we're going to have this go up to actually funnel into the storage system. Now, obviously I said I'm going to expand the storage system downwards into the space, so all this at this point is inherently temporary, but yeah, I also got to figure out how the hoppering is going to work up there. And here is the final system. Now, due to the obviously temporary nature of this, as I mentioned a moment ago, I just decided to, instead of continuing sewer here, let's just put this in a normal glass item tube here. Looks out of place, but again, this is all temporary here. Now, going up into the storage system, this was actually a little bit of a challenge to fit in here, as I didn't want to take up too much space. And also, there's a bunch of redstone and stuff here that I don't want water spilling all over. So I managed to find that these hoppers were a perfect place to squeeze it in. Now, thankfully, then shouldn't be moving side to side at this point, so there's basically no chance they'll get stuck in the hoppers. But when they get up here, I was a little bit worried that maybe I'll put in a bunch of items and one hopper won't be able to suck it all up. So I made this little thing where all the items go round and round and round, and the items should just get collected in these hoppers and eventually filter into the system, as long as not too many of the items get put in. With that, I think we should give this whole system a test by chucking some items in here and then hopefully racing them back inside. Well, okay. Oh, well, I got 1. That's kind of annoying. Okay, well, I got 2. Okay. And now we wait. Oh, there's 1. And there's the other. Perfect! It works! Yay! These garbage cans might be a little bit tricky to get the hang of, but okay, what? Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, with that, I'm afraid we have come to the end of this episode, but with that I'll have to say, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. Also check out my game, which is linked in the description, and I will see you all in the next episode of Coolcraft Season 7. Bye!